What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, some key support and resistance levels that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all the new videos that I put out. And comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record. We will get right into it. Another red day for Apple. We are down $5 on the day, which is about 3.74%. This is coming after a great earnings quarter. And if you've watched my videos for a little bit, right, we had talked about kind of the sell the news that was probably going to follow earnings. And we talked about, you know, unless they come out with something that's just phenomenal and not something that we were expecting, we can expect a sell the news. They came out with fabulous earnings, right? But since Wall Street was expecting a lot of that, right? We were expecting $100 billion in revenue. We were expecting, not necessarily expecting the growth numbers, right? But they didn't come out and give us guidance in the future, which caused a little bit of a sell-off. A little bit is an understatement based on the way Apple's been trading, but it's been a little disappointing, not gonna lie. I know that you know, a lot of us were looking forward to, you know, better results in terms of how the stock price traded, especially considering the monster quarter that Apple just had. But you know, we'll take what we can get. Now, what I do is I take a look at the chart, right? And I kind of share what I think the stock is going to do. I am not going to be right 100% of the time. Just leaving that out there. What I can, though, tell you about is the levels. And if you watch my videos and you trade based on the levels that we have, a lot of the times those levels are pretty decently on point. That's all technical analysis can really tell you. There are other YouTubers that are going to tell you Apple's going to go to 150, Apple's going to go to 160. Maybe, right? But there's no way for anyone to really say that without kind of just taking a shot in the dark. You have a 50% chance of being right any given day. I like to look at the levels and go, okay, well, if we can clear this level, then this is the next level we push for. Because I, again, do not know for sure if Apple is going to go up. I am long-term bullish on Apple, which means I think Apple's going to go up, you know, at the end of this year, it'll be higher than where it is today. And that's why I continue to hold Apple. That being said, though, you know, as far as next week, we can only kind of take an educated guess based on what we see, where we think it's going to get bounced from, and kind of push up from there. The reason I just say that is because a couple people said, oh, you know, technical analysis is useless and charting is useless. It tells us where the stock can bounce, and it tells us where the stock could get rejected. That's the expectation that people should have from charting anyway. So just wanted to quickly share that with you guys. Anyway, rant over. We were at 136s, right? That's where we closed yesterday. So let's take a look today, see where we open and see where we went. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know, like I said, a red day, right? Down 3.74%. It was a red day across the market, right? We're talking NASDAQ being down exactly 2%. We're talking the Dow being down 638 points, which is a little more than 2%, and the S&P being down $7, which is about a little less than 2% as well. So pretty much negative 2% day in all the indexes. And so Apple was also definitely on the weak side. Now, let's take a look at how we traded, right? So we were opening here in the 136s, and then immediately, you know, broke that, started to push down. The next level we're watching is this 133.45. We tried to push back up, made it above VWAP for a quick second, and then continue to fade again. Broke through this level pretty quickly, right? Then our next level was this 132.52, got a little bit of a bounce, right? But then broke right below, tried to come above, rejected by that level, came right back down. Next level was this 131.45. We bounced at 131.21, pushed up, broke it above this level, tried hitting this level again, but broke down. Now, we got a really nice bounce right here for like a couple minutes, right? For 5 minutes. And then we broke this level again, and 130.20s, which again, if you take a look at the levels, right, 130.24 is the level we had, 130.21 is where we get the bounce. We were off by 3 cents. Push up, guess where we would get rejected? Our next level, 131.45, right back down, right back up, rejected, right back down, right back up, This time we make it, we get rejected by our next level in the 132s. Push down to our 130, 145 level, right? Push up again, rejected, down, support, up, could make it, right? And then again, same thing, guys, support, rejected, support, rejected, support, and then rejected. So today, yes, it was a red day, but I mean, I personally was able to take advantage of it for just a little bit, quick 10%, pick some shares up at this bounce, sold it right before this resistance. Could I have made more? Yes, absolutely. If instead of selling right here for 132.30s, I could have sold it here, 133.20s. Made more, but I stuck to my plan and I stuck to the levels that I have, right? I mean, look at this. Perfect rejection. We couldn't break this level. Perfect rejection. Couldn't break this level. Pretty much perfect support, right? That's what charting is. And I hope that these levels that I share with you guys are what you take away from this video and can use it to kind of form your own trading decisions as you are trading, right? Let's take a look at, what we have coming up from future levels of support and resistance. If you guys remember from the video yesterday, the 34 EMA was what we were talking about as being a good level of support. We did dip below it, but we closed above it. So I would, hope that, next time we go down to the 34 EMA that it continues to hold and we can continue closing above the 34 EMA. So we are right here, right? We closed in the 131.90s. What do we have coming up from levels of support and levels of resistance? Again, sharing those levels with you guys. So as we saw today, right, we've got this level right here in the 131.30s, right? 131.30, high 30s, which is both a level of support for us from a price action perspective, and it's the 34 EMA, which is at the 131.35. So that 131.30s level is a level that I'm hoping holds. But if we keep dropping after that, we've got the 130.24, which is the low point of today, was at 130.21, right? So that's another level of support. Now, if we keep falling at that point and break 130, we've got the 55 EMA at 128. Those are the three levels that I'm watching out for. If we open up, and it looks weak again, 34 EMA, 130, 135. The next level, which was pretty close to the low of today at 130.20s, and then the 55 EMA in the 128s. Next three level that I'm watching, if we go down. Again, you can always make plays based on these levels if you see a bounce. Or if it's going down and you don't know where it's going to turn, these levels could act as a little bit of a bounce. So something to look out for. On the upside, right, as we saw today, the first level that we got rejected from a couple times was this 132.50s. And then 133.77, right? So 132.50s is the first level that I'm watching. 133.40s is the next level that I'm watching. And then I'm watching for a push towards 136.05, which pretty much was the high point of today. If we can clear that, then 138 and 140 come next. But we really, really need to get above the 21 EMA, which is right here in the 133s, and stay above the 21 EMA, then use that as a level of support to hopefully establish a nice base and start pushing upwards. So again, just to repeat that one more time, 132s, 130, mid 133s, and then a push towards 136 is what I'm hoping for. I do think though that the key here is that 21 EMA, which is at 133.77 currently, taking over that, right? And then using it as a good level of support, hopefully establishing that base and pushing up. I continue to be bullish on Apple. I'm holding my shares. That being said, you don't have to, right? Always make your own trading decisions. I've got a vertical put spread on with it's 130, 125 expiring in February. So I'm hoping for Apple to be above the 130s by 19th of February or sometime below that, right? For my vertical put spread to be profitable. And yeah, those are my two current positions that I have. That vertical put spread I put on a couple days ago. And then my shares I've had for a while and I continue to hold them. And then I'll also play some calls or puts kind of intraday. Like I said today, played some calls on the way up from one level to the other. That's always super risky. So don't, if you don't know, if you're not super comfortable with options, definitely would not recommend. It's a really easy way to lose money real fast. But if you are, maybe paper trade it for a little bit. Always a good idea to paper trade, get used to it. And then if you get a strategy that works for you, you could start putting little bits of money into it. And as you get successful, keep adding to your position size. So That's all I had for you guys today. It was a really weird week with, GameStop and AMC and how that kind of played in the market. With earnings next week, right? We've got, I think, Amazon earnings, maybe Google earnings, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll be interesting to see if we could see a little bit of rally in big tech. Hopefully Apple can capture that 21 EMA and start to push up. But I'll keep you guys posted on how that goes as well. So the last thing is, the RSI is looking is approaching kind of the oversold level in the 30s, but it's not there quite yet. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Not that I really look at that when I trade, but just I know some people do, so thought I'd share anyway. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day. Hope you guys all have an amazing weekend, and until next time.